Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Zabuglo, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac, hello internet.
Good
Even though
day.
we just did this, so
Yeah, so we're going to have a special bonus episode this week because the 5th anniversary event just began. For the most part, the 5th anniversary, there's not really a whole lot going on with it as opposed to some of the other events. The big thing for this year is that, much like last year for the ship that they had then, Cryptic is doing another daily grind for Q mendations to get a new ship. This time it's a Kobali cruiser, which the Kobali cruiser looks really nice and has some really nice abilities. Especially its unique console, which is available on any ship. I'll have to look up what it does, but I remember being very impressed with it. So what they're doing with this one is not only is there now a daily mission to do some stuff to get commendations for it, and a big bonus for running the featured episode, which was released alongside of it. But doing the stuff for the daily mission gives you items that you can use to build very, very good upgrade kits. So what's happened is that Q is being himself, and for calling it his birthday, which it's actually not necessarily, but this is Q and all that, has thrown Omega particles all throughout the galaxy, technically all throughout all the social zones, and it's just like letting you go and stabilize them because that he thinks that you find it fun. When you go the daily mission,
Q.
Yeah, the daily mission is to go to 3 locations that have Omega particles and stabilize 1 particle in every one of them. You do not need to be on the daily in order to stabilize particles. You can go to any one of the Omega particles. Each social zone will have a minimum of 2 particles active at a time. The particles are color coded because there are actually 3. So the way it works is that there are various tiers because, of course, they need to have a grind in order to make these upgrade kits. In fact, I can even show the progression in the R&D system. So you need 3 traces, a blue, a red, and a yellow, in order to make a Omega sliver. You need 3 slivers to make a shard, 3 shards to make a fragment, 3 fragments to make the Omega upgrade. That said, though, the mini game that you do to stabilize the particles, I'll just hop into the first one here. If you do really well on it, you have a chance of creating more than just a trace. You can sometimes create if you do well, you will always get at least a sliver. And it seems like you have a chance of getting higher tiers depending on how well you do and how lucky you are. The event has been kind of broken so far, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
The first daily I actually got for today had a phase which just straight up wasn't completable at all because none of the particles were actually spawning in that location. This one looks like it's also a little buggy because there are a lot of people here. So as mentioned, the particles are color coded to show what you get from scanning them. Also, the daily, the way it's set up is that it will send you to a location of each color. It's also a new mini game. That one auto completed. I'll see if I can find out. So part of the reason it's bugged is that in addition to, what it seems like is that it's not actually creating separate instances, so to speak, for each scan. it's basically creating a bunch of shared ones. So sometimes when another player completes their scan, it completes yours as well because you're in the same instance as they are. I want to try and do well on a blue one because I've already got a lot of blue fragments. So I'll try to do this one quickly. The mini game is like almost basically DDR, to be quite honest. You need to hit the molecules.
DDR Rock Band, yeah.
Yeah, you need to hit the molecules as they reach. Every so many of these particles, you destroy another omega molecule. If you get like, I don't know, like around like 4.5 and higher is when you get the chances of getting slivers instead of traces. So basically, if you get around 2,000 points, is when you start getting more than just a trace.
Mm-hmm. I've never done that well.
I have. Okay, that time I was 1,800 and I got a sliver. It's like, I don't know. It seems. I have a feeling that it's a random chance, and as you get higher points, it gives you like a better roll on the on the loot table. Because like I've had times where it's been like 2,000 and I didn't get the sliver, and there have been times where I've gotten under 2,000 and I got the sliver. So it's clearly some kind of random chance, which is modified by what your score is. But regardless, that's basically what the mini game is. So I'll just try and quickly do the last two. Again, like, it's not what missions you'll get is not really random, because again it needs to give you one of each color, so that if all you do, if the only stabilizations that you do in a day is these ones, you will walk away with a sliver. Which probably means that this whole system is set up such that when everything is said and done, if you do this every day, you'll walk away with at least one Omega upgrade kit. And if I remember correctly, the Omega upgrade kit gives double the tech points and research points of a superior upgrade kit, and doesn't cost any dilithium to apply. So it's
something like that.
It's a pretty good upgrade kit. Which, in fact, actually makes
plus it can work on anything.
Yeah, plus it'll work on anything, which is why they will be seen in which is why it shows up only in the science tier of the R&D. Also at this event, Q will occasionally just contact you and say random stuff, which is really kind of cute, to be honest.
Yeah, he's basically the world's first internet troll.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, since I'm just flying around, I can might as well put on my super speed engine.
Also, as a note, if you get Bajor, you're screwed.
Yeah. So as I was mentioning earlier, one of the ones for today just straight up isn't working because Bajor doesn't have any of them spawning at the moment.
Oops.
And there's no indication that it's going to be fixed soon.
Oops.
Yeah. So we'll see. The molecules will also appear in both space and ground social zones. Some of these dailies will in fact give you ground social zones as well. So
yeah, I had to go to Deep Space Nine yesterday. So
yeah, this one here is Deep Space Nine space. Yesterday, I had Starbase 39 ground as one of the ones I needed to do. Okay. No, come on. Okay. One thing which may be slightly annoying is that in space, you actually need to be at a full standstill. Although to be fair, given how the minigame works, that's probably something that they implemented to make sure that people weren't accidentally knocking themselves out of it.
Yeah, it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Also, if you want, you can still go do the pick the Q thing.
Yeah.
Earth Surface
Yeah,
Academy.
yeah. You can still go
From last
to.
year.
Yeah, you can still go to. If you want one of the daily missions, you can do, which won't give you the commendations. It will just give you marks instead. You can go to Starfleet Academy and convince Q's clones to come and join his party. It's the same thing. Okay, that time it just got me as another sliver. Alright, so now I'm going to go to Drozana, which was near K7.
Yeah. All the ones I've done so far have been within one sector of Sirius. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen any that have been further away than that myself. Like yesterday, I had Vulcan Space, Starfleet Academy, and Starbase 39. So yeah, all within one sector.
So I'll test on the Klingon side later.
Mm-hmm. And fly to Drozana and do this one.
Yep. Meanwhile, I'm waiting at a place to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the feature episode after this, so.
Yeah, so I should be finished here shortly. I just entering Drozana now.
Also, I have your training manuals.
Oh, thanks.
Remind me to give those to you next time I see you.
Yeah.
Like, in a tradable capacity.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. Yeah, that system is really nice. I know we talked about it a little bit in the main episode. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to, collecting the stuff and building up my bridge officers more.
Mm-hmm. That actually makes me wonder something, which I'm going to test right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Stabilize and make a particle. Is it going to give me credit? Wait, I guess it doesn't give me credit for that one. Alright, whatever. Okay, and then you complete them all, you talk to Q, you get your reward. So once again, there's another party horn for this year, or you can choose a random gear, or just...
You want the party horn.
Yeah, I already got the party horn yesterday. So we'll have to show off the party horn when we actually start the mission.
I will show off. I didn't show off the party horn before. Whoops. Okay, cool. Basically what I was checking was to see if loadouts let you would automatically switch bridge officer abilities for you too, which they do.
Oh, nice. That makes sense, honestly.
So,
yeah.
basically if I wanted to, I could, for example, go with either cannons or beams on this, and
then you could have your bridge officer know the cannon abilities or the beam abilities as necessary. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's good that they caught that. I honestly would have expected them to have missed it for the initial release, but it's good to see that they managed to catch that, because that is absolutely a very useful function. I mean, not like for me, not so much would be for because like I wanted to build the same ship with cannons and lasers or cannons and beams, but more like if I wanted to have, say, my Breen bridge officer configured for cannons because I'm flying the Vadwar cruiser, or now I'm switching to a beam boat. Now I want him to have the beams, like that's a good setup for me.
Or like tanky versus
building my my science guys for tank or exotic damage or all that kind of stuff. Like that's actually I am honestly a little surprised that they managed to get that. Okay.
And that it's working correctly.
Yeah.
That was mean.
Like I can't give them too much credit because like there were a lot of things broken with the release of the anniversary stuff. So
yeah, yesterday Earth Space Talk was damn near unplayable.
Yeah, I think they may have an issue with their servers themselves, like because there's definitely been a lot of people that I can actually begin dust to dust right from the gateway.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because the issue with her space dock was absolutely there were too many people around. So, whoops! I actually didn't pick up the mission. Oh, whatever.
Whoops.
The breach is widening.
I'm still getting the opening video.
Now. Almost there.
I am too.
I just need a minute to.
We're giving us a flashback to actually
one episode of Voyager.
An episode of Voyager.
Breach. I'm slipping.
The Vadwar are making a new push into the system, and we could use your
I
help.
believe, yep, we're on the
Rhode
same
Island is assisting
spot.
the new Kobali flagship Samsar, but you know the Vadwar. They're relentless.
So why are the Vadwar still
Ask them
attacking?
if you could get one of them to have a reasonable discussion. Eldex has been less than cooperative since Gall's death. We know he's leading the remaining Vadwar forces, and there's no signs that the neural parasites are still influencing them, which is the only good news.
Yeah,
The
so the
won't
Vadwar are
stop
still
until the
being
Kobali
jerks, even
surrender
though
the
they
remaining
are
stasis pods.
not
But the
necessarily
Kobali
being controlled
government
anymore.
refuses to
Okay.
do-
I need to make sure I pick up this mission.
We have a
Kinda
situation
do.
with Kobali
Yeah.
Prime. You and
So
I
let's
were
hope-
both asked by name.
So one thing about this mission that I should
All
point
that
out.
I've
So
been
one of the
told is that
rewards
Vadwar have
is a
launched a
Kobali
large
uniform,
offensive
which
and have
Mecca was
retaken the
alluding to
area in
earlier.
front of their temple.
But
The
much
place
like
where
And I was wearing it earlier.
yeah, but much like other
They
like
need
the other
our help
ones,
to retake
there
the area.
are
Though I
unique
have a feeling
rewards.
something else is going
They are
on.
being released on a
help
week by
the
week basis.
situation.
However, all of these go together with something that's on the Kobali ship that you would get as a reward for collecting all the accumulations. However, except okay, it seems like it's properly starting because it's now showing me dust to dust the Kobali offensive, which is the submission we're on right
Yep.
now.
You're good. So we can blow shit up.
Yep, you know, beat up these Vadwar assholes. Like, geez, come on, guys. That's not very nice of you guys at all. Oh, there's the Samsar. So the Samsar ship class is the one that you will get for getting all the accumulations. I think that's yeah. So the Vadwar assault vessels
Brace
are
yourselves.
is the model that they're using for the Lockbox prize, Whereas, the Vaudoir heavy artillery vessels is the model that they used for the Lobby store, which, like, again, like I mentioned, like I like what they did with it. At least I think that the structure that they went with that ship is very fascinating, and it also has a very interesting trait that I'm looking forward to getting and playing around with. But I liked the model of the Interdictor Cruiser a lot more, and I really would have preferred to have gotten that. It's quite possible that they may still add that as another ship later on with something.
Yeah, I'm sure they might.
But we'll see. Regardless, I think that what they're giving with the heavy assault, or the heavy artillery vessel is still very interesting. So I'm definitely still going to be picking one up and playing around with it. It's just I want to finish leveling the Sarthel and.
Thank you for arriving so quickly. I'm still not sure what happened. All I know is that
although I guess to be fair, it's not like the trait that's on the Sarthellan will benefit anything other than my other carriers, because it's a carrier. It affects carrier pets. But
we're safe here for now.
I'm more than halfway through leveling the Sarthellan, so I might as well actually finish the job. We have to. So the Vaudoir have taken over the temple again, so we need to take it back.
I've located a safe area in the trenches for transport.
People weren't doing that open mission enough.
Yeah. So it should be pointed out that this mission is set after the events of the entire Delta Rising story, so
we haven't seen yet.
So we should point out that this
we're basically playing havoc with our continuity at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Given that before we went back and did runs and stuff, so
I will mention at least though that you don't need to have finished the Delta Rising story to be able to do this mission. So whatever.
I can attest to that because I haven't.
Yeah.
Our flagship will be of no use to us if the planet is lost.
No, most of it ties back in the events of 2 episodes of Voyager anyway, one of which I hadn't actually seen, but the other one being the one they teased at the start where there were in fact 2 Voyagers in the same place at the same time.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was that one, yeah. I was having a hard time remembering at that moment which one it was talking about, but now that you actually mentioned that the weird effect on the Voyager, like now I remember the episode you're talking about.
Yeah, basically there were 2 Voyagers in the same place at the same time. They were identical. One blew itself up, except Harry from the other Voyager that didn't get blown up died. So the Harry from the other Voyager went to that Voyager, and that's the Harry we've had.
Yeah.
We've had for like ever.
Oh. So what?
Also, it's really.
So what did he say? I didn't get to see that dialogue.
Oh, the Kobali are going to reinforce this. We are going to go through this trench and flank.
Okay.
We have to help those Kobali.
Another really sad thing to kind of realize is this featured episode probably gives Harry Kim more character development than the entire series did.
I would probably say Delta Rising as a whole does, which honestly it's kind of a shame because it's not like I didn't like Harry Kim. Like I thought he was in fact one of the best.
No, it's just the show never did anything.
Yeah, the show never did anything with him. But
it's not Garrett Wang's fault. It's just the writers never did anything.
Yeah, like he was absolutely one of my favorite characters in that series. It's just very little was ever actually done with him, which is really kind of a shame.
It's like usually when I think of Harry Kim episodes, either
he was
dying and then coming back,
or he was someone's sidekick. Like I would honestly say that the stuff that he was doing things for Tom were still good episodes for him, but it wasn't like
he's basically to put it in original series term, he's basically the Chekhov.
Yeah.
Except they still gave Chekhov things to do back in the day.
Yeah. it is absolutely a shame because like
There's
there
an
are
injured
things that they
Mako
could
up
have
ahead.
done. Like
See what
the
you
idea
can
of
do.
having a fresh a fresh officer who is stuck in something that's beyond his depth. Like that was absolutely a long running story they could have done. That they just didn't capitalize on.
Which is true of a lot of Voyager. Voyager's one of those things I look back on like, man, I could have done this way better. And I don't even mean that
Thank you for your
arrogantly, because
assistance.
like,
I'm Commander Lewis.
I couldn't have done Deep
I'm
Space
sorry
Nine
I
way
can't
better
stay
or
and help,
TNG way
but
better.
my search and recovery
Yeah.
mission has
Generally.
already gone off track.
But Voyager,
I
like,
need to
I
run
could have
it
done way
with the
more
rest
with
of my
this
squad.
concept.
Perhaps our paths will cross again someday. Good luck.
Admittedly, I'm also saying that looking
We've
back
got more Vaadwaur incoming.
on it with, 15 years of hindsight.
Yeah.
Actually, probably 20 in some case. I think Voyager started in 96.
Take out that Vaadwaur drop pod, and then keep moving.
It has almost been as long
We're
since
almost there.
Voyager ended as it has been like in continuity.
Close. I think there's about 7 years difference or so, but still, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been 34 years since it's been 34 years since the crew came home in SEO's timeline.
Oh, then that thing was lying. That thing at the start was lying because the 34 years ago, that was like season 2 of Voyager.
It's been at least 30 years since the
Our
crew
scouts
came
report
home.
that the temple is heavily defended.
Which is,
We
I
still
think,
have
that keeps
some
coming up with
Vaadwaur
all this
attacking
stuff.
our
So you think
flanks,
I would
but
actually
my
remember
soldiers
it by now.
insist they can keep them occupied long enough for us to retake the temple. Are you ready for the final push?
Okay, so how manly are we?
I only have one option here. It sounds like there are other areas and trenches that could use help. Do you have different options?
Yeah, basically, we can either bring all 3 teams, we can bring our team and Harry's team, or we can bring just our team.
Huh.
Are we manly?
There are other
Oh,
areas
okay,
of
there
the
we go.
trenches.
Okay,
Are we
I
bad
see.
enough dudes to save the
My
president?
team and I could
I-
go help them while Captain
I bet
Kim
we
and
can
his
do it
team stay
ourselves.
with you. Or if you think you can assault the temple alone,
Yeah.
Captain
Okay.
Kim will run.
We are bad enough dudes to save the president.
Are
Only-
you
only
sure
very hard?
you
Yeah,
want
come
to
on.
try to retake the temple alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
he,
are we good?
he just asks, "Are you really sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
We are bad enough dudes to save the
I
president.
bet we could do it ourselves. Yeah.
Maybe after respawning a few times, but... Okay, lure them back. Because we don't want to shoot those tanks. Or, well... We want to shoot those tanks. We don't want those tanks shooting us.
Let's start setting my stuff. I'm not. Does your? I don't think your Riemann has a weapon. Because he's just punching that tank.
Oh, god damn it. You can use that thing.
We got an achievement for. Oh, that was the only thing. Wow. Okay, that actually wasn't all that hard.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The temple was secure.
I mean, I guess to be
and the
fair,
doors are
like
still
depending on
locked,
when we arrive,
which
like
means
the
the
two of
Vaadwaur
us
didn't break
have a bunch of
Let's see.
like
Okay.
reputation
I've
gear,
seen
which
this
is
sort of
a
algorithm.
lot better than the sort of stuff you would randomly get. So, like if we didn't have reputation sets, that probably would have been a little difficult. Although my stuff is also still only Mark 12, and yours is probably still Mark 12.
So is most of mine.
Yeah, I should start upgrading. Like I should probably at least upgrade the ground set that my captain's using, because he's probably not going to use anything else. And if he uses anything else, I'm going to give this stuff to one of my bridge officers.
Yeah, mine's all Mark 12.
Yeah, I should probably upgrade. Start building upgrade tokens for my my ground stuff. So what is it telling you? Because it didn't actually give me the dialogue.
Oh, here,
actually, it's okay. All right.
You go ahead.
Okay. Scan the open pod.
That's not right.
According to the readings, the occupant of the pod was
this pod
Harry
was
Kim.
me.
So
Man.
I kind of mentioned that this episode. I don't know if I mentioned it on recording, but I know I mentioned it to you,
but whoever was in
Becca,
this pod is
that
gone now.
this mission
Looks like it was open before the
was
problem
based
started.
on a stinger at the end of the Delta
Hold on.
Rising story.
I'll access the temple security.
This is what it is. Once you
Maybe
finish
that
the
can
last
show us
episode, it gives you a quick cutscene going back into. I don't remember if it's the end of Delta Rising or if it's the end of the Kobali missions, but it gives you a short cutscene going back into the temple, sort of zooming through the pods, and then it shows you a pod that has Harry Kim inside of it.
Bum, bum,
Bum,
bum.
bum, bum.
Which is, of course, the aforementioned dead, alternate, doubled Voyager
Yep.
due to quantum bullshit Harry Kim.
Let's see what's in the security footage.
That's me, but from over 30 years ago. What in the world?
Stay back! Are you with the Vidians? What do you want from me?
Oh man, the Vidians.
You have to calm down.
They were the goofiest guys.
I'm here to help you.
That's not my name! Where am I? Where is Voyager? I need to contact my ship.
Wait, come back.
Jedliah. And me? Hold on. There's more security footage. This is the last thing that was recorded.
Voyager, this is Ensign Harry Kim. If you get this message, I'm in an unknown alien prison. I've escaped my captors and I'm looking for a way out. I'll send another message with my coordinates as soon as I can. Come find me.
And at this point, Voyager is probably well past.
They mentioned at the start of this that Voyager's on a secret mission.
From over 30 years ago, in my old Voyager uniform. And they're turning him, into a Kobali. They knew. This whole time I've been here, they knew. And Lindsay, Jedliah, she knew. I know I've had a difficult time accepting the Kobali, but they keep too many secrets. They should have told me. Told us. A lot of strange things happened on Voyager's trip.
Again, in case you've never watched Voyager, you can
the ship and everyone
you can poke them for details like, hey, what was going on?
With the subspace divergence field, we still can't.
I like how they don't even bother to try to
But
explain
two
why there were
Voyagers
two Voyagers.
sharing the
Quantum
same
bullshit.
point in space-time, it was a recipe for disaster. We tried to. I'm from the duplicate ship. Captain Janeway sacrificed it so one Voyager could survive. The other Harry was killed in a hull breach before that happened. Captain Janeway sent me and Ensign Wildman's baby to his Voyager before she self.
Oh yeah, I forgot the baby died too.
It made sense at the time. I'm Harry Kim. I have
Now,
all
one
my
thing
memories,
that
my
the
knowledge, same as
show
him.
kind of, at least as
It's
I remember,
changed,
because it's
all right.
probably been 20 years
Best
since
I
I've
can
seen this
guess is
episode,
that a Kobali ship
or
must have
18
found
or
his
whatever,
body floating in space.
was that the idea was the
Million
two
to one
Voyagers
shot,
weren't like, it wasn't
Lindsay
one was a
might have
clone, it was like they were the
remembered our
exact
coordinates
same.
when we were duplicated and known where to start looking.
So,
They must
I
have
don't know, I
spent
wouldn't consider this
decades
Harry fake
reconstructing
either,
him.
it's just...
Yeah,
Through their
I don't know.
and he's kind of making a big deal, but it's like honestly, it's a situation that I honestly wouldn't even put that much past the situation with the Rikers, because it's not that he's a clone. It's basically a weird situation which happened to create a complete identical.
Yeah. Actually, Farscape did that once too.
Jedliah is my friend. I knew her as Lindsay Ballard. She was an engineer on Voyager. We went to the academy
That's the reference to
together.
the episode I never
She
saw.
taught me
So.
how to ice skate.
Which one?
Which is the one that
We
introduced
studied
Kobali,
together and
yeah.
shared
Jetliah.
peanut butter sandwiches. And I was more than a little in love with her.
Yeah, so
Lindsay died on her
yeah,
way.
so that's they
Kobali
advertised that
found
they
her
brought
body,
back
revived
her
her,
actor
gave
for
her a
this
second life.
episode.
But she
Yes.
still remembered Voyager.
Which again, I didn't know
Rebirth
was...
does more than rewrite your genetics. It changes who you are. Lindsay was
Before this, I didn't know like who she was.
Kobali.
So.
Eventually, she was convinced she should
Alright, so
embrace
that's-
that part of her. She
That's
left
why
Voyager with her
we
new
haven't
family.
seen her up to now
I never
either.
saw her again.
She just seems to be ignoring
When I was posted
Harry.
to Kobali
Probably
Prime,
because this
I
is a
wanted to
little on
talk
the
to her.
awkward side.
Just to see how she was. A lot of
Well,
strange
that's not
things
abnormal
happened
for
on
people to
Voyager's
ignore Harry
trip to the
Kim.
Delta Quadrant.
Okay,
During
oops,
our
that's
I'm-
not what I wanted
it's
to see.
changed, all right.
Putting a point.
If you want to get technical,
Yes. You can then
Harry
prompt,
and I
you're
are
not the
the same
real Harry
person.
Kim. It's like, well,
we
come
have
on.
the same memories, the same knowledge.
You're
we both
basically-
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, that's
we love
basically the
music,
same
and
person.
we both like mushrooms and onions on pizza. And we share a soul, I guess you could say. If
Alright,
you go
so
for this,
anyway.
I'll be okay.
Can
a
you
little
complete the
shaken up,
mission?
but
Honestly, I could see why
Captain
he'd be
Janeway once
pretty
told
shooken
me,
up by all
we're
this.
Starfleet officers. Weird is what we do.
What? There's a clone of you out there that's died and is turning into a zombie alien.
Yeah, I mean
From
that's
what we
a
saw
little on the weird
security
side.
footage, it looks like the other me has taken control of the entire base. That's not too surprising. Not only does he have all the knowledge of a Starfleet officer, the rebirth process transformed his brain. The Kobali's
It's like the time Janeway had the plan that
give
involved
them
them all being
natural abilities
assimilated.
in mathematics, physics,
That was
wave
stupid.
phenomena, everything he'd need to know to
All right,
do
so
this.
that's what it seems.
No, I mean
He's
it didn't
still
show.
wearing
That
a
was stupid.
Yeah.
I can tap into it. You should try talking to him first. Not yet. He's already scared and confused. Seeing me
All right,
before
yeah.
he
So
gets
we
his
need to go talk to the other Harry.
Starfleet! Wait, I don't recognize you. You're not from Voyager.
Oh, he still thinks it's 30
This is
years
a
ago.
trick. I don't know who you really are, but stay
Go
away from
figure.
me.
'cause he's-
Dying
I
and
don't
being
want any trouble.
resurrected
I'm
messes
just
with
trying
your
to get
head.
back
You know,
to
I
my
wonder if he
tell
would have
where we were.
recognized if you came here
Captain
wearing the
Janeway's coming
Voyager
back for me.
uniform.
She won't leave anyone behind.
See, what I don't get is they mentioned you're talking to him through his comm badge. So how is he actually seeing you?
Yeah, that's also kind of a weird.
Unless he's watching you through security cameras. I
But
guess
I've got
that
a
makes
lock on
sense.
his coordinates.
But then he would
He's
also
deep in
see the
base,
other Kim,
down in the old
which
Vaudouar
would
tunnels
make things
that
kind of
even
weird.
Kobali don't
Eh.
visit very often.
Depending on
And
angles.
he's locked down all the main corridors that lead to his location.
All right, so
There's a way, though.
we need to
I'll be
get
right
through
behind.
this chasm.
But it's time to see if I can talk some sense into the other me.
Yes, which is
He wants
this
to contact
zip
Voyager,
lining is
but
a
if he
thing they
does,
introduced in a
he'll
mission we
reveal
haven't
their
gotten to
position.
yet.
First, why can't we use the transporter?
Good idea.
Oh, hey, they're
Keep
even
to Rhode
actually
Island.
slightly acknowledging.
We need an emergency transport
Nice.
to.
Like, why don't we just teleport
Kim
over
to
there?
Rhode Island.
Hey, that's
Can
a
you
good
hear me?
idea. Oh wait, we can't talk to anyone.
Kim to Titania.
Great.
Kim to. He's locked out external comms. Probably wants to stop anyone left
Alright,
in here from
well-
calling for help.
All right, then we'll just zip line across.
Yeah, there's a mission we're going to get to later, which has us zip lining and rappelling and basically being Solid Snake.
It's not like
I
it
know
is
you.
basically just
But you have to
prompt.
trust
Yeah,
me.
it's interactive points,
Yeah.
but still. I like pretending I'm Solid Snake.
What is this?
Lolly Lulelo.
Another me? You expect me to trust a shapeshifter?
Open the locked door.
Stay back. I'm warning you.
The circuits are completely fried. Let's find another door.
All right, we'll take the long way around then.
Yep.
He's trying to override it again. Give me a second.
Boot. Come on, I can
Yeah,
fit
you
through
can
this.
get through there. Come on.
Like, seriously, I don't even need to like
Let's keep
squeeze or
going.
anything.
Yeah.
And then over here, there's little things like titanium ore.
Okay. Let's examine this Vaudouar console.
And that. I wondered if there was an accolade for getting them all, but I didn't. I might have missed one, but I didn't get anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is.
Anyway, let me
There-
go up here.
There are usually accolades for that sort of thing.
Huh. It looks like he's modified the empty stasis pods to send out bursts of electricity. Tricky. I might be able to slow it down from here, but we can't stop what he's done without access to the main console.
He's going to try and slow down the burst so we can get through, but we got to get to the other side to actually turn it off.
Yeah, this part reminds me of the ending of Galaxy Quest, where there's just, an arbitrary series of death traps.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why do you keep trying to stop me getting back to my ship?
It looked like it was off.
Yeah, that one's tricky.
Harry, this isn't going to be easy.
It's what it is that it's just due to keep in mind that it will start to surge like just as it's about to actually turn on.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't treat that as a yellow light. I should just treat that as a red light.
Yep.
Remember the power failures? The proton bursts? There were 2 Voyagers. 2 Voyagers? Yeah, right. How would that happen?
I like how even he thinks it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, his memory is really messed up.
It was the spaceship. Think, Harry. You know it's theoretically possible.
Just look at all these big words.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why I'm here, or why you don't want me to get back to Voyager.
Here's another console over here.
It's been 32 years,
Nope.
Harry.
When you blew up.
I accidentally rolled when I meant to move forward.
Whoops. Is there anything else?
I don't feel dead.
No, I can't. I can't jump over there.
The Kobali brought you back, but to do so, they had to change your DNA, make it corrupt.
I'll have him off in just a second.
Okay, yep, there we go.
Boom.
Oh, finished in less
Oh,
than,
you finished in less than 2 minutes. That was it.
Nice.
Good work.
There's another console.
We should keep moving.
Oh, no, it's a door.
Oh, okay, let's just double check. Okay, didn't miss any. At least I think I didn't.
Harry!
Jedliah, are you okay? How did... General Cunell said there wouldn't be any more secrets.
I'm okay. Harry, I didn't know they'd send you.
How long did you know?
Harry, I don't think this is the time.
How long did you know?
I didn't know when I was on Voyager, if that's what you're asking. We need to stop Ketan. He locked the rest of my team away. They're safe, but trapped. We're the only ones who can help him.
Here's another Vaadwaur console.
Oh, maybe I missed this one before.
Stasis pods are reserved for people vital to the Vaadwaur rebuilding efforts. Setting aside pods for artists or those who deal in culture is unnecessary and unneeded. That makes sense.
For
them, yeah.
Anyway, now you have to talk to
talk to Jedliah.
Miss Blue Lady.
My people are in your debt. We need to move fast. Ketan's not in his right mind. The rebirth process can be difficult.
Yeah, actually, this is kind of pointing out that so far, a lot of the humans that have been under this process have not handled this very well.
Yes.
There's only a
He
few.
doesn't know what happened. I tried to tell him, but he still thinks it's 32 years ago. Voyager is lost in the Delta Quadrant.
We're really, realizing, hey, you were dead, now you're not. Oh, by the way, you're becoming an alien. That's screwed up.
Yeah, like that's really a hard thing for everyone to acknowledge.
Action item 238. Resurrect your best friend and give him a second chance for a long life. It's not working out so well, is it? I'm not familiar with everything in this area. We rarely go down this deep. There are still Vaadwaur traps here that make exploration dangerous. However, as far as we understand...
So really waiting for her to say something creepy like action item number, 692, getting three-way with 2 Harrys.
Ketan is a danger to himself and to Voyager. If he succeeds
Technically
in this
possible
gambit
now.
and contacts Voyager, he'll draw every Vaadwaur in the sector to their coordinates. I can't allow that.
Alright, well, we need to stop.
It's like I'm sure Troy could have done the same thing with the Rikers.
Just let me get back to Voyager.
I love this part.
Oh yeah.
It looks like this used to
We're
be
in a server room.
of sorts. But
This is what a
it's not
900-year-old
like one I've
server
seen
room
before.
looks like.
All this is computer storage, and it's massive. 900-year-old Vaudouar technology. It's a lot different
And
from
he's using
anything
it
we
to
have back
completely
home.
block us out.
And he's using this to
Hang on, I
completely
want to see if
block
I
us
can
out.
cheat, because I didn't think about this
Terrific.
before.
I'm sure Jedliah and I can figure out something, given enough time. But if I was on the other side of this, and I am, I'd be trying
No,
to
it's
stop
got
anyone from looking.
Jump that
invisible wall.
There has to be some sort of reset.
I don't think I can actually make the
But with
jump
our
either
luck,
way.
it's on the far side of the maze. Jedliah and I will keep Ketten from blocking you in, but you'll need to think I can make you a door. Wait here.
All right, so we need to. And we need to get ourselves through this maze, and this maze has.
You're good to go.
This is the maze
I'll
that
monitor
I hear
the
folks
area.
talking about, right? This is the maze that I hear folks talking about.
Yes, this is where you get your bridge officer.
Yeah, so there's a special
I'm sorry,
reward
this is how we have
if
to
you.
move on, Harry.
It's a bridge officer. I was using her earlier.
Yeah.
I ruined the surprise for everybody.
That's okay. Honestly, it was going to show up in just a moment
That
anyway.
makes two of us.
Okay, here there are little things that mark hallways as dead ends, which is handy.
Okay. Nice.
I would make some
And if
reference
we
to the
had,
Maze
what
Runner,
would
but
you
I've
have
never
done?
seen it. So pretend I made a reference to the Maze Runner.
Alright, Mark
I
Hallway
don't
is dead
know.
end.
Mark hallway is dead end.
But I had the right to know you had a copy of me in cold storage.
Are you saying he doesn't have the right?
Now, what annoys me is here you can't go along the top just because there's invisible walls, even though, like, you could probably parkour your way through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like,
Alright,
This
did
is
we
all a
miss
lot to take in
any?
at once.
Okay.
no.
Well, I mean, whatever. Like the only thing that's the only thing
I know
really
it
is that
Imagine how
bridge
Ketten
officer.
feels.
This left my cousin's like, yeah, I know what this crap's like.
Yeah.
I have a good
This
idea.
one's dead end.
I got a Vaudouar
Confused.
console over here.
Angry, isolated.
I see that the healers want to set aside 12% of our pods for educators. This seems excessive.
Ketten died trying to save Voyager.
Don't need no
And it
read
happens
and
so
write and
quickly.
arithmetic.
Yeah,
He doesn't
I
even
can
realize
mark
what
that as a dead end at least.
Okay, yeah, there was a
He understood
accolade
the
for
Oh,
that.
risks.
so, okay, so you
and
got
he
it.
accepted them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Did he really?
always dead end.
Think about the man you were then.
And I think over.
Joining Starfleet comes with certain duties. I understood that then. And I
Finally, I found
Speak with
someone.
Los Kobali.
I got separated from everyone when all the craziness started, and I was trying to find my
seem
way to a
remember
comp. Thank
kid
you.
who was as
And
scared
I
as I
know
was.
this is a terrible
All we
way to
wanted
meet a
was to get
potential
home.
captain, but do you have any places
Do you have
available?
any places available on board your ship?
I was
General
scared back
Cunell
then.
is planning an officer.
missed my time.
Yeah.
But I did what I had to do to get back to
Yep, and it's a Kobali Engineering
You
Command.
got back home, Harry.
Yeah.
You did what you had to do. Ketten
I don't know what yours was
didn't get
named,
that
but mine
chance.
is just a few letters short of Jetliah.
And I'm
Mine's not.
sorry.
Mine was
is this
Jetilia was mine.
Mine's Thysala.
Okay.
He has
Yeah,
a
or
new
Thyselia.
job.
Mine ended up being just a
Ketten
few
can
letters
be
away.
anything or go
kind of amusing.
anywhere he wants now.
I bet you there's also a accolade for turning on all
As a
the
Kobali,
wrong
he's
turns.
He's not who he was anymore.
I want to try that. now.
They're still talking.
Yep.
And is that
Look,
a worse option?
They haven't. They used to be old friends. They haven't seen each other in a long time. And she resurrected his clone, his alternate universe clone as, or not an alternate universe, his duplicate as a zombie.
Of course not.
It's,
There's shit to talk about.
I also think it's pretty great because it's like this is a lot of dialogue for them to have put in because they knew
Why?
that you were going to be
He's your
running through this
duplicate,
maze for a
Harry. He's
while.
not you.
I actually think I might have beaten it by now.
I know
Before.
what he would want.
But see, now I'm purposefully looking for bad ends.
Yeah.
Do ya? Because you can't even convince Ketten to drop this maze and talk to you.
Alright. It looks like we
When
made
you
it to
put
the
it
other end.
that way, maybe we are different. He's being so stubborn.
Alright. Do we want to wait a little bit and see how much longer they've got on this dialogue?
Kinda, yeah.
He's you, but
It's because it's really amusing. It's like watching an old married
and
couple.
he's allowed to be both.
But we also ran through, and I mean, unless we missed something. Is that beeping coming from you?
Maybe. No, I think it's coming from Skype.
Oh, weird.
Stopped.
Alright. Whatever. Okay. That seems like they finally finished their dialogue. So now we'll disable the maze.
Thought you could handle all my tricks, old man.
Oh, Darcy's still going. That was my other worry. Okay.
Oh, whatever the noise is actually being picked up by my Audacity, so... Oh well, whatever. Okay. So we'll move forward. Yeah, I figured that Cryptic was going to find a way to add a purple quality command bridge officer for folks.
It's not working.
So
if I
it's
do
good to
this,
see that they
maybe I can buy
managed to
some
do it in this manner as well.
Oh, this part.
Oh, this looks like it will be fun.
So now we have another difficulty option.
Oh yeah? Well, we'll
Yeah.
probably try to do it the hard way then.
We have him.
Of
Ketten,
course.
cornered. Without those platforms, though, we have no way to reach him. It's insane. He's manipulating these old defense systems like he's in a Captain Proton Hollow.
We have command codes that allow us to interface with the older Vaadwaur technology. We've never seen the need to replace systems that still work, but it looks...
Yes, it does. Ketten will be monitoring for any changes in the platform's functionality. But I can modify the central power cores to react to energy weapons. If you shoot the cores, you'll be able to power up the
Also have to
platforms and force
just
them
shoot the
open. When
platforms to
Kobali
open them
first
up?
found this room, the old Vaadwaur EPS systems
That's interesting.
were too degraded to handle all the power. Jedliah has command codes we can use to overload the regulators. The chain overload will generate a wave of power that will build until it overloads the generators Ketten is
So
using
you get
to
these
maintain.
command codes into consoles
One
to sort
last
out a
thing.
field.
Jedliah and I can run this program.
Okay, yeah. Yep, so we'll do... Did you choose hard?
One last thing. Jedliah and
Okay,
I
there-
can run
I
this
choose very
program
hard,
three
yeah.
different
There you go.
ways. Are you certain you want us to focus?
I
our
did this
attention
part on my
countering
own,
Ketten?
like hard. So
Oh, yeah?
You'll only
I'm
have
gonna give you a
about
tip.
5 seconds
Switch
after
to
you
shooter
activate
mode.
the platform
Oh yeah,
before
actually that
you
makes a lot of
deactivate
sense.
them.
What was the button for that?
B.
Okay.
Give us a few more seconds.
Okay.
Because yeah, they're gonna be up here. So
The cores are exposed.
you focus on the right side.
It's
I'll
your
focus on the
move
left
now.
side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, duh.
What are you doing? Are those command codes? Oh, interesting.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Trying to access data on the new flagship. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Later on, it's gonna do weird stuff like if you touch those open spots, it like instantly pulls them back.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Firing.
Ready? Oop. Did you make it across? Okay.
Okay.
And there are checkpoints, so it's not like if we die, we have to restart the whole thing.
All right.
Whatever
So
you're
there's
thinking
two here
of
you have
trying,
to shoot, then two
don't.
I have to shoot.
We're almost there.
Okay, so
You keep saying that, but I'm still here.
Oh, whoops. All right, that was
Yep.
that was a little too slow on that one.
yeah.
Stand
okay,
down
though.
before this gets any worse.
And actually, we made it past a checkpoint anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Alright. We're... Oh,
Yes, I did.
where are you?
Ooh.
Okay, no?
I'm up here.
Okay.
I made it a little further than you. Okay, you go ahead and...
I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Okay, I can't shoot him from up here.
Nope. Well, we'll see if,
And I don't want to hurt anyone.
Nope, it
I just
popped me
want my
back as well.
life back.
Don't do anything you're going to regret.
I'm going home, whatever it takes.
You can't
Oh,
go
come
to
on.
Voyager.
Okay, well, I'm up here with you now, at least.
I'm at the end, so...
I have the codes, and now I have the coordinates.
You're too late. I'm getting back to Voyager, no matter what.
Okay, well, that at least,
You can jump down now.
that turned off the whole thing, at least, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here, I'll let you do that just so you record it.
Analyze the console.
This is bad. Ketan used Jadlaya's command codes to access the Kobali flagship in orbit and transport himself to the bridge. Not only that, but he has Voyager's coordinates. If he goes there, exactly, we have to stop him.
I'm coming too. I helped find Ketan's body. I've watched over him during...
Alright. So I didn't get that last achievement. Is there... I must have missed a VOD War console. Whatever, I can get it another time. Because,
Yeah, I didn't get it last time either.
yeah, like was mentioned, you'd need to do this mission like 4 times.
I told you to stay away.
So I have other opportunities to
I'm going to find
get the rest of those
Voyager,
VOD War
and I won't let you
consoles.
stop me. I can arm this ship. Don't make me do it. You're not giving me a choice. Computer, arm all weapons and fire.
Disable the Samsar.
So their flagship can in fact be operated by one man.
To be fair, there were a few.
So-
there were a few episodes in Voyager where there were Federation ships piloted by
What was that?
one man.
Like a disruption beam.
Or two
Scrambled
holograms.
all of our
Holograms.
systems for a second or two and then went to warp. This is not good. He set a course for Voyager. His
All right, we gotta.
So we gotta go follow
Yep.
him. Can't have him blowing Voyager's cover.
Yeah, that would not be good. So now we just need to disable the warp drive.
This effect's pretty
This is actually a really neat effect. They use this effect in one of the cube missions, Battle of Cortez. Because that mission has you start warping into the Cortez system, because you're basically warping directly into a war zone. So they don't. So you having, sort of a safe spot to gather everyone and get ready seems a little on the weird side.
And that is
Oh.
an interesting battleship.
Oh dear.
We have heard rumors about the corpse collectors and their new
well,
toy.
Well,
Perhaps.
pander to them.
But
Hunt will not please them.
As well.
All right. Well, that's okay. Like we knew
Didn't
we
work.
knew we were gonna shoot them anyway, so whatever.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't let them live either way.
Of course we are, Ken.
Boom.
Yep, that was quick and easy.
Of course, saving him, shows him the power of friendship
Sensors
and
are
all
showing
that.
the repair teams are trapped in several rooms on board, but they are otherwise unharmed. Ketten's on the bridge alone. If I could talk to him, maybe I could... Ketten's already been reborn. He is Kobali. If he doesn't come with us, he'll be alone. Whatever memories he has of his old life will continue to... And that will be his decision to make. My father found me.
Alright. So we'll head over to the Kobali Bridge, which is another thing that you get when you unlock this ship.
Maybe you should talk to him first. Try to
The
calm him
Samser
down.
comes with its own Kobali Bridge, which we'll see. Like
It's pretty
uh,
basic, but not...
actually, yeah, this is actually kind of a nice bridge. You know? Yeah,
Why are you
there are
trying
some
so
nicer
hard to keep me
bridges,
from getting
but
home?
this is actually a very,
I need
very
to.
basic and clean bridge.
I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Why do I look like this? Like them? I saw the stardate.
Start helping them
What?
understand.
What happened? I died? I can't remember. Why can't I remember?
Honestly, it feels a little big.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess that's true.
Ted, you have to stop this. If you
Like, I mean,
contact
like, the
Voyager,
captain's chair's right there, the
you'll-
screen's...
I'm done
Yeah,
listening to you.
the
Way
screen
over
is
there.
wanna
maybe
go
a little
home.
too far away.
I want my life
Like,
back.
I'm wondering if it's supposed to have, like, a
The life
holographic
you
screen
stole
that pops
from
up or
me.
something, because that would make more sense.
I understand. I wanted to be Ensign Lindsay Ballard. I loved my life, my friends, you. And then I died. And that life was gone. I tried to get it back, but I would have been living a lie.
So I should just give up who I am?
No, I'm saying that life ended. But now you have a chance to live a new one. I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. Action item 478. Help my best friend home the day. Every day.
Even with everything I've done?
Forgiven. We don't hold grudges against family.
I can't tell you what to do, Ken. But the Kobali will be there for you. And I'll do whatever I can to help. Would you tell me what happened? Voyager, and how you got home. About Mom and Dad and Libby. I think I want to know. Of course I can.
You know, tell him about that time Tom became a salamander and mated with Janeway, who also became a salamander.
Thank you.
He'll probably leave that one
Kenny's
out.
going to have a new life with us.
Oh, come on, that one's
Long,
funny.
I mean, it's,
happy
it's,
one where he can be
it
whoever
is,
he
but
wants to
I
be.
have a feeling he would leave that one out.
My people have been outsiders for so long. The other species. If Kedden decides he wants to leave Kobali Prime at some point,
But at the time, the
that's
entire
his
crew is
choice.
trapped in a World War II
He
simulation.
can rejoin Starfleet.
I'm happy for Kevin. He gets a second chance at life. A different one than what he had planned, but that's the way life is. When I graduated from the academy, I never thought I'd spend 7 years lost in the
Or the time he caught an alien STD, that one was
Didn't
funny.
think it would take me as long as it did to get my own.
I'm just trying to think of all the really stupid stuff that happened
think
on
Lindsay and I
Voyager
would
that I
never-
remember.
Here's Harry reminiscing. He didn't
That's all
think it
in
would
the
take him
past
as
now.
long as it did to get his own
And it's
command.
made
It's
me
like,
the man I
yeah,
am today. Just
yeah.
like Kenton will be the
You
man
poor
he's
guy.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I just have to point out that 30-ish years later, I'm sure he had the Rhode Island earlier than this, but we're still talking like 30-ish years later. He's a captain. A year later, I'm an admiral.
I'm not letting the Kobali completely
So I,
off the hook, though.
just saying.
Cunell
Well,
told
see,
me
that's
there
just
wouldn't be
stupid the
any
other way,
Yes.
but that's
And
MMO
then they
logic.
kept
Oh,
this
yeah.
from me. If the Kobali want to be a part of the Delta Quadrant community, they need to be more forthcoming.
I think the
about
game does
adding
itself a disservice by actually stating the years.
these men and
I
women
think
aren't
it's more that they do
individuals.
themselves a disservice by
rebirth is a
setting
gift, but
the
it's a
levels to be
gift.
ranks.
That too, but it's also what
Like I'm
people
fine. I'm
expect.
fine with it actually having actual years and having a passage of time. Like I'm actually fine with that because if they didn't, it would have made. I think it would have been a little bit more awkward if they hadn't actually that said that time has been progressing, because otherwise, like, the natural assumption would have been, like, because they would have had to have set a starting time, like, with this being a Star Trek thing, there had to have been a starting time to set it in. So if they didn't say that a year has passed, that they've gone into 2409, then you would have still been thinking that everything was happening in 1 year, and that's a pretty busy year.
Ketan has been sent back to Kobali Prime to finish the process of rebirth.
Hey, here's a stupid idea.
What?
The Kobali have agreed to
I'm not going to claim the reward until next week and see if I can just claim the deflector then.
Yeah, you should try that. For me, though, I'm claiming the Kobali uniform.
Thank you for all your help with this.
Yeah, it looks okay. Kind of, tunic-ish, but
very personal for me to deal with.
Looks like casual wear, honestly.
Like you at my side to help me through it.
Yeah, so starting next week, Cryptic has made it clear that what is being added is in addition to, and once the anniversary event has ended, those items are not being removed from the mission. It's just I guess they've kind of gotten feedback from players from previous ones where, like, admittedly in previous featured episodes when they've done this sort of thing, like if folks remember last year for the obelisk, what was the obelisk last year, wasn't it? Anyway, when one of the previous ones, when they had a full set associated and they wanted people to run the mission, a few times, folks were admittedly and justifiably a little upset about that. Because you had a lot of people thinking that they needed to run the mission 4 times in a row right then and there. And it's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. But this being people playing MMOs. So
that's what I thought it was.
What was last year's?
The Science Destroyer.
Oh, it was the Science Destroyer, right? Yes.
Yeah, the obelisk was.
Yeah, the obelisk was an early one, and you only needed to run the mission. It wasn't I don't think it was a commendations. Yes, yeah. Last year was the Science Destroyer, which you had to run the mission a total of 4 times. Once for the EV suit, and then 3 more times for the
deflector, the impulse engines, and the shield.
And then also to get the rest of the EV suits, so that you could turn them in for the upgraded EV suit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you run the mission once, it gives you 400 commendations as a first-time reward. If you run it again, you don't get those. But that's also what makes...
Sad.
You don't need to run Dust to Dust in order to get enough commendations to get the ship. Because
it just gets it to you 10 days faster.
Because unlike the Christmas event is something like 35 days long, and you only need 20 in order to get the ship. This one is only 29 days long, so you have much less of a buffer, which is why they give you this mission to let you get a leg up on commendations. But anyway, that's it for this bonus episode. I'll thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.